anxiety and depression somehow seem to be on a rise. They seem to be like at all-time highs. One of the reasons why I think this happens is because people are straight up not satisfied with life. Now, they can go sit and meditate somewhere and let all their problems accumulate and try not to worry about anything, but that's not realistic because people need to attain things in life to be fulfilled and to be satisfied. We really need to strive towards a worthwhile goal to have some sort of purpose and some meaning in life. You know, it's different for everybody. But the fact remains is that everybody has their own struggle, their own path in life. We all have our own unique purpose, and when we feel like we're too far away and it's not attainable, and you start to give up on it, that is when you start to feel the depression. Don't you notice when you're working towards something and you're in a flow state, everything seems to be clicking, you're almost there, you're excited to make it, you don't feel depressed, you feel exhilarated because you're almost there. You're getting another step further, you're getting to the next level. And so you're glad. You feel pride, you feel contentment in what you're doing, you feel fulfilled. Even though the struggle is real, you feel fulfilled because you're on it. You're locked in, you know? And some people are they feel so far away from what they want that they get depressed. They feel like what they truly want is just shattered. Like they feel like it's just everything is just crushed. Their dreams are crushed. Who crushed your dreams? Who did it? Somebody crushed your dreams. That somebody could be yourself. Are you going to allow your own self to crush your dreams? No, man. We ain't going that route. We ain't going to let you're not going to let your mischievous side or your deceitful side crush you and your dreams. Snap out of that nightmare right now. You got to snap out of that, John. You know, and it may be somebody else that's toxic in your life telling you nothing that you're trying is possible. You're never going to amount to anything. They might have said that to you and you might have believed it. They planted a seed in your mind. They planted a bad seed in your mind and you believed it. You bought the junk food for the mind. You bought the junk food for your mind. Sometimes it's all about taking responsibility for the position that we're in, for the psychological state that we're in. We got to take true responsibility for it and recognize it. Don't beat yourself up over it. Just say, you know what? I made a mistake, man. Now, let me pivot. Let me learn from that, John. All right? We won't be making no more mistakes like that. I'm on a warpath now. Okay? And then you put 10 toes down. You put pad to pen. You do whatever it is that you need to do. You do whatever it takes to get your destiny and your dream, the dream that you want. Everything's attainable for anybody, but people, you should never let somebody that gave up on their dreams convince you to give up on yours. They've become skilled at convincing themselves that their dreams are not possible. So they became so skilled to convince themselves that their dreams are not possible that they try to convince others that their dreams are not possible. You got to be stronger than what they use to convince themselves. Because they used all kinds of manipulative tactics to convince themselves that their dreams are not attainable. And they're going to try to use that on others too, to keep them down. Somebody who convinced themselves out of their own dreams doesn't want to see another person achieve their dreams, because that proves to them that they were wrong all along. So lead by example. You're not trying to stuff it in their face that you're accomplishing things, but you're trying to say, hey, look, you were wrong. You thought that your dreams weren't attainable. But guess what? I'm living proof. Right now in the flesh, I'm living proof, and I'll show you. I'll show you exactly how I did it. Now it's just a matter of whether you're willing to do it or not. Are you willing to put in that work? Are you willing to do what it takes to get what you want? You know, this is how you got to talk to yourself sometimes. You got to give yourself the realness, the business. All it's going to take is one mindset shift. You're one emotion away from making the right decision. You're one decision away from making things happen. It's all your perspective, man. Your perspective is going to get you in position to impose your will on your destiny. You got to have a never give up mentality. Stay locked in, stay focused. I'm being a motivational speaker right now because people need to snap out of the funk that they're in. And once you realize the things that you put inside your body are affecting you too. I don't know why people want to manifest. You know, it's like this. It's crazy. I don't know why people they want to manifest all kinds of things in this life, but they feed their body toxins. So when they eat these toxins, they don't have enough energy to make things happen. You got to understand, food is instructions to the body. What you're eating is going to give you instructions to propel you forward, to give you the energy to achieve your dreams. It's actually working your brain. Like the things that you eat help your brain function. There's all kinds of scientific research on it. Trust the science. Trust the real science, guys. When you put chemicals that are banned in almost every other country except the United States, when you put those chemicals and those toxic ingredients into your body, they break your body down and give your body instructions for dis-ease. And this is not a popular topic. People don't want to hear this. They want their sugar candies and they want their candy cereals and all this stuff. But you got to keep it real. You got to keep it real with yourself. Because if you're not eating things that nourish your body, you're not practicing self-love. And maybe that's exactly what you need. Maybe you just need a little bit more self-love to get you over that hump. And once you get over that hump, now you can begin to see the window of opportunity. But you can't even, most people can't even see the window of opportunity because they suppressed it so much with toxic food. Now, I don't want this to be a food video. I just want people to love themselves. Because when they love themselves, they can spread love in this world. And then if they can spread love in this world, they wouldn't be so depressed. So even though there's so many components that come into play when people are in anxiety and depression, there's so many different variables. It's very nuanced. You've got to attack one thing at a time. You've got to understand, it's like a domino effect, and it has geometric proportions. So when you knock down one domino, the next domino can be a little bit bigger that falls down. Until before you know it, you're knocking down a domino that's as big as a house from one regular sized domino. That actually happened. That's a real thing. The size and the weight of the domino will fall because of the momentum from the previous wins. It's the winner effect. Maybe it starts with a small, tiny win when you wake up in the morning. Maybe you haven't been exercising. Maybe when you wake up in the morning, you exercise today. That's a small win. Recognize it. And if you continue the habit of exercise every morning, now you're cultivating more habit. Now it's easier to cultivate bigger habits. It's like the keystone habit, exercise. Oh, if I don't exercise in the morning, then I'm not right emotionally throughout the day. It just makes everything easier. When you wake up in the morning and you exercise, everything else after that is a little bit easier. I'm not saying everything's going to be a straight up cakewalk, but everything is going to be easier because you did the hard thing in the morning. You ate the frog first thing in the morning. Now everything else in comparison is pretty easy. One thing I like to do, the first thing I like to do in the morning is I like to read. I read about 2 or 3 pages, and then I may take a couple notes. And then I like to while I'm doing that, I rehydrate some water, some amino acids. And then I like to go exercise, preferably on an empty stomach. But if I'm hungry, if I need something to eat, I might eat something small, and then I'll go exercise. Lately, I've been trying to do a jog every morning, just a couple of miles. Couple of miles at a very slow pace, just to get everything moving. And then I come back, I do a little bit of work. I get something else to eat. I work a little more. And then I might hit another little small workout. Like a 5-10 minute workout with the kettlebells or something like that. There's these things called exercise snacks where instead of doing one long, arduous workout for an hour or an hour and a half straight, you do these little 5-10 minute workouts throughout the day randomly. And there's all kinds of research on how they're good. They're really good for you to do. So basically, you could just do 10 squats and then go back to work. Go back to what it is you're doing. 10 squats every 45 minutes. Until you get to a certain number. Maybe it's 200, maybe it's 300. I don't know. But look into that. Look into certain things like this. And you got to understand too, you're not able to look into certain helpful information if you're just like people bombard their bodies with ultra processed food. They bombard their brain with ultra processed information, like ultra stimulating information, like a lot of fear mongering, a lot of, anything that triggers a fight or flight reaction. They're addicted to it. They got to keep watching it. Anything that triggers some sort of anger in people, they want to keep watching it and feeding off that negative energy like a vampire. It's like they're glued to the television set. They want to see it over and over and over again. It's like, it's just repetitive brainwashing over and over. You beat yourself in the head with the same thing. And where does it get you? It gets you distracted from your purpose. So no wonder why people are depressed, because they're not on their purpose, because they're being distracted by all kinds of drama in the world. And believe me, there's enough drama in the world to get you distracted forever. You can distract your whole life away, your whole kids' lives away, and your grandchildren's lives away with the amount of distraction that comes out in one day on the internet. It's literally insane. So this video is all about the solution. The solution is to recognize what's going on. Recognize the pitfalls. And once you see them, a whole new world opens up, because you start to make better choices during the day. So cut out the BS and replace that with something positive. And that's adding and subtracting on the real, okay? All right, so I just wanted to say that before I head out. Share with us one of the keystone habits that you use, and what's one of the most important things that you do to stay focused and that brings your spirits up every day. Get to the next level, and we'll talk to you again